Hey everyone, welcome to another Vapor Only Technologies video. Today we're going to be going over how to set up your Hydro Blast. Now, of course, this is not a brand new machine. This is a used machine, which I have actually recently cleaned it. I'll kind of walk through those steps whenever we get towards the end. But the setup's going to be exactly the same. This is going to be the same style as when you get your machine. Of course, it's going to come on a pallet. In this scenario, I'm going to leave it on this pallet. It makes it a little bit easier to transport it around here in our showroom. But again, you'll have to unwrap everything whenever you actually receive it. I go ahead and put the foot pedal on the floor. Now, one big thing is when you actually receive this machine, one of the first things you're going to want to do is actually connect air to it, but it's not going to ship with any sort of air fitting. So in this case, I've just put a bar, which I can actually grab one of our air wheels and go ahead and put air on this machine. Now, after that, what you can also check is on this regulator. You can see right now we're at around 30 PSI. You can actually bump that up to around 40. Up next is your actual power. The Hydro Blast does require 220 single phase. Now we've added a plug. Whenever you get this machine, it'll just have a pigtail that you can go ahead and wire up however you want to, whether you want to put it to a disconnect or to a plug like this. I can go ahead and provide power to the machine. From there, what I can do is verify that it turns on, which the light did come on, so we're good. One of the easiest ways to fill this machine up, and it's what I'm going to do, is go ahead and turn the heater on. Now, with this, you do have a float switch inside the machine. So the machine's heater is not going to turn on. But as you're filling it up, it actually tells you that you've reached that water level. So whenever you're filling the machine up, the water's filling up, it'll hit that float switch, which will turn this light green, which tells you have enough water in your machine. Now we can go ahead and begin filling, but before you guys actually start filling your machine, one thing you need to verify. One thing you guys need to check before filling your machine is you need to verify that your ball valves are actually closed and that your filter is secure. Before you start filling, you want to verify that your floor is seated properly. From shipping, these things can get knocked around. As you can see, it's making good contact on both sides. Filter bags are put in properly and our floor is secure. So as you guys can see, we've got a green light, which means that we have met our water level. Now, what I like to do is go ahead and add a little bit more water, because as you're pulling water into the hoses and as it's being moved around due to just the spraying action, it can fluctuate and untrip that float switch. So I'll go ahead and add just a little bit more water, but the green light means you're good to go as far as water level goes. Now, one thing I like to do before I actually start using the Hydro Blast is on this solenoid to the side, there is a test button that you can actually press. And what this does is it runs the primer pump, and you can hear it's actually starting to shoot water out of the end of this blast gun. And what that tells me is the actual pump is primed, which means it's got water in it, because if you starve these pumps, that's when you can start to overheat them. That's when you can start to have failure. So again, I like to press this button on the side, go ahead and run some water into that pump. And now I'm good to actually step on the pedal. So as you guys can see, we've got great pressure coming out of our Hydro Blast right now. Now I want to mention the window wiper up top. When it is switched to the left, as you can see, the wiper is not going to spray. Whenever you step on the pedal, it's not going to spray. If you turn it to the center mode, that is a medium speed. And when you turn it all the way to the right, that's your high. Now on the blast gun, you can adjust how much water is actually coming through, as well as the fan that it's at. So with it forced all the way out, as you can see, there's not a lot of pressure. This is good for just rinsing apart, but when you pull back, that's when you get your pressure. So as you can see, that's a drastic change in pressure. Now, when you twist the tip, so if I twist all the way to the right, as you can see, we're getting a full fan. So as I start to bring that back, you can see this fan is going to shrink. And that's when you can go to that straight point. Now the straight point, of course, is really good for taking off any sort of contaminant that is really stuck on the part. The fan tip is for removing oil, so you can just quickly cover an entire part in no time. Now, one thing I do want to mention whenever you're setting up your Hydro Blast, if you choose to add some sort of aqueous detergent, you can simply add that to the hopper. Now we do have sizing, so if you guys are using a 1000 style, a 3500 style hydroblast, we can tell you exactly how much detergent you need to put in this machine. But again, to add it, you simply just pour it directly into the hopper and you're ready to roll. So again, to set up your hydroblast, make sure that you've got your power connection, 220 volt single phase. Then you want to add your air connection to the front of the machine. After that, you can go ahead and turn your heater on, or you can begin filling and turn your heater on to verify that you have enough water in the machine. Then you can add your consumables, your aqueous-based detergent, and with that, you have a fully set up and ready to rip hydroblast. If you guys have any questions regarding the hydroblast, or if you actually want to place an order, you can call us at 828-202-5563. Also check out our website. We have a lot of great videos on using the hydroblast, tips and tricks with the hydroblast that you guys can check out. It's vaporhoningtechnologies.com. Again, just stay subscribed. We're going to be releasing a lot of content when it comes to wet blasting, automatic parts washing, and sandblasting. So any sort of surface treatment expertise or knowledge that you guys need, it's probably on our YouTube channel. But again, if you have any questions, leave it in the comments below. We hope you found this video useful and have a great day. Peace.